Position another day, but let's keep going on. Right, so when you put bends together with other things, right? It's a typical blues bend. Right? Right? See how much more expressive I'm getting now? Because I'm able to create a vocal sound with my bends. Now that's cool because I'm bending up and I'm playing another note on top. And I let them ring together. Right? That's kind of a nice sound. How about if I take this and bend this up? And I keep this note down. Right? So I really am employing a lot of hand strength to make these bends happen. Right? But you can start off with just simple bends like I first demonstrated. How about even a first finger bend? This is a little more difficult. I'm taking the first finger and I'm bending up the minor third up to the fourth. Right? Okay, so all that's available in this basic pentatonic shape. It's amazing how much music is available when you start really exposing where the bends are and putting them together over the other things you've been practicing. It just starts to come to life here. So we're going to use that over the progression here in a minute. Now, over the second part of the progression, where we go to G major, we've got a major scale right underneath our fingers. Now, we're going to use that. I'm going to focus on just making the shift from the beat, bluesy sound of the pentatonic scale to playing the major scale. We're not going to talk as much about bending in this scale, even though there's plenty of places to do it. I just want to get you to kind of think in two different ways, bluesy and bendy in the first part of the progression, and use the major scale in the second part of the progression to make just a different kind of a contrasting sound in your soloing. So maybe you could play a little bit more of the scale sounds. Right? And you'll hear how that will blend together. So let's go back to our progression now, and I'm gonna actually turn on my rap pedal here and get a little rock and roll on you. So listen to this, and that'll make it a little bit more soulful. Hey, and noisy too. Listen to that. Okay, so all those bends now. Listen to how they sound. So you can get into some combinations when you bend on the top and then you come down with some of the scale. Turn down a little bit. I'm killing you at home, I can tell. Right? It's just a really nice. There's a double stop bend. That's cool too. I'm holding this note and I'm bending this note up. Okay, so listen to how great that sounds now over the progression. Okay, here we go. 3, 4. I'm going to use the scale. Back to blues. Okay, so there you have it. A lot of expression now we're able to achieve simply by using some of the bends in the pentatonic and a little bit of distortion, a little bit of attitude, and we're creating a lot more of a rock sound out of our pentatonic, and it's really coming to life now. So I hope you're exploring that at home. And the major scale that I use, you can hear it was a contrast. It overlapped a little bit, but I tried not to blues it out as much as I tried to play more melodically. Okay, just so I'd have a contrasting kind of soloing sound between the two sections. Okay, so I'm going to give you one more final thing in pentatonic, just so you can maybe practice this for a little technical thing at home. Okay, so let's do this. This is going to be another sequence. Okay, so let's review our pentatonic one more time. Sorry. Okay, I think what adds excitement to a solo sometimes is having, I don't know, technical things that sound flashy that are kind of fun to play, but they're just kind of, they just have a lot of technique in them, and they sound kind of impressive, but they actually just have a lot of rhythm too, so they kind of make a little bit more of an impression. So one of the things that you might try to play, this is something like and that's called a sequence, right? We've talked about sequences in other lessons, and this is a group of three. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm going up 3 notes of the pentatonic scale. Right? And there's a lot of different ways you can incorporate rhythm into that. You can play, right? Or, right? Make it feel like triplets. You can play, right? But it's basically a sequence, and it's just a matter of the rhythmic combination that you want to make the lick work in. Okay, so listen to how I would play it against this sequence again. Okay. Right? So isn't that cool how it climbs up the pattern, and there's a certain logic to it, and it has a certain musical payoff when you get to the top, when you can kind of, right? And if you get faster, right, let me see if I can do it here faster. Okay, so you can see that I employed a little bit more technique and kind of used a little variation of it, but the point is it's a sequence and it gives a lot more excitement to some of your phrasing. So let me make sure you can figure that one out at home. Once again, here we go. And I think I just bent that at the end. Okay, so once again, it's basically walking up the scale. 3 notes at a time. Okay, so I think that'll cover it for today. I think you've got a lot to think about with our progression and our soloing techniques now, techniques over the progression, primarily involving bends, okay, and now a new sequence. So why don't you have fun with that this lesson, and I'll see you next week and practice hard. All right, see you soon. Thank you.